ready to die? When I find you, I'm going to...
Over here. legate known as Lanius, who is said to be Caesar's top field commander. When refugees hold us, the legate took over an underperforming squad of troops by beating its commander to death in full view of everyone. The legate then ordered a tenth of his own force be killed by the other 9/10. And you thought your boss was...
Prim wimped out and accepted NCR rule. Some people will do anything to feel safe.
If it's bad news, you can take it up with the Colonel. If it's good news, it better involve some dead fiends. Damn right I am. And I've got 3 fiends I want dead, and I don't give a goddamn how it gets done. That sound like something that First one calls herself Violet. God knows why. The name is the prettiest thing about her. Spends most of her time with a pack of vicious dogs. Then there's Driver Nephi. He's fast and he's brutal. Killed about a dozen of my men with a goddamn driver iron. Hence his name. And finally, Cook. Rapist, pyromaniac, and damn good chef. I'm not gonna feed you any bullshit. These aren't your common Vegas trash. They've all killed good and... You go after them. Any of them. You're in for a hell of a fight. Violet it is. Wish I could give you more advice on how to bring her down, but we know less about... Just watch out for the dogs. She raises them herself. Good question. Fiend territory is southeast of here, but they range all over the area. None of them stays in any one place for long. One more thing. If you want the full reward, you need to bring me a recognizable head. That means no headshots, no decapitations till after they're dead. And no damage to the face. If you want to be safe, you bring me a head that looks like a rotten tomato, people will be doubting, and Good luck. Pack of drugged-out killers.
You thought so. You like the sight of your own blood? You like the sight of your own blood?
stain?
I see you're still alive, and that's promising. That right. You killed one of the psychopaths. God damn it. That's Violet, all right. You made me one happy son of a bitch, you know that? Here, this is the bounty I put on her head. Think you can take down another one of these scumbags? Up to you. You killed another one. Let me have a look at the head. Yeah, that's Cook. Ugh, did he always smell like this, even before he was dead? And the fiends let this guy touch their food? Well, this is payback for at least one of my troopers. She'll be glad to know he's dead. Here's your caps. That's 2 psychopaths dead. If you can bring down the 3rd, there's a bonus in it for you. You've got some guts, I'll give you that. Nephi is one tough son of a bitch. Let him get close. My advice is this. Talk to Lieutenant Gorobets. If you're lucky, you can lure Nephi into the open and the sharpshooters can bring him down. It's a better bet than trying to take Nephi one-on-one, but... Out in the yard, Gorobets coordinates our sniper teams. Only thing he hasn't had. You've gone after the fiends before. I don't have to tell you to...
You've done a good turn for the NCR, and now we'd like to do one for you. Here's an NCR. You're not alone out here.
like the sight. Oh, it's on, yeah.
Still working on that last... If that's true, that'd be the last of them. Well, well, well. Driver Nephi. Nothing to say, you son of a bitch? No tips on my golf swing? Lost a lot of good men to this psychopath. Morale's gonna be better now that he's gone. Here's the bounty I promised. I guess we can send first recon down to Camp Forlorn Hope. They need all the help they can get there. You've been one hell of a stroke of good luck, you know that? Those three scumbags probably killed 20 NCR troopers. And you bring them down alone. Wish I had a few grunts as good as you. Damn good working with you.
I'm Bitter Root, first recon. You got a reason to... You a merc? Well, then I guess you want to talk to my... Yeah, look. He's not my real father. It's a long story.
Howdy. Name's Sterling, First Recon. Got a good memory for faces, landmarks and such too. Comes with practice, that's all, and a lot of scouting from place to place. I call her the Long Carabine. Didn't always have the scope. I added that myself. Been shooting with her so long, couldn't bring myself to toss her away. Would have felt guilty to part with the old girl. The other snipers used bolt action, but Gorbets reckoned it didn't matter none if I was different, so long as I could hit my targets. Used to be a ranger, one of the first they sent out east back before we took the dam. Observation and reconnaissance. We took the lay of the land, checked out the locals, and kept ourselves inconspicuous. A couple friends of mine were the first to scout the dam. That was back in '73, if I recall. A lot of those rangers are dead now. Vegas always chewed men up. It's just a little more literal nowadays. Well, that wasn't really a matter of choice. Got myself caught by legionaries up near Malpay. They had themselves some fun with me. Mangled my hands and feet pretty good. Wasn't much good with the pistol after that. Wasn't gonna be trekking across the waste on any more long scouts either. Caesar's boys figured I wasn't going anywhere after what they'd done to me, so they didn't bother tying me up. I crawled out of there on my elbows and knees. Must have looked a sight. Then I rolled down an embankment into the Colorado. Guess I had a mind to drown rather than give Caesar's boys the satisfaction of killing me. But a couple of rangers happened to be watching from across the river. They jumped on in and pulled me out of there. Lucky break, they said. Going on 6 months now, but I reckon we'll be moving out. Till then, we'll man the towers and keep an eye on the fiends. We've had more than our share of trouble from their direction. Whole thing smells of Caesar to me. Of course, that's just guesswork. But I'd still bet a few caps he's... Always a...
Never seen you around before. What do you want? You killed him? Well, shit. Here I'd dreamed up this whole elaborate revenge fantasy. Didn't really think I'd do it, but as long as the tubby bastard was actually alive, I could pretend like I would. Here, I owe you. Take it and get out of here, before I indulge my inner bitch and spoil the moment.
I heard you killed Driver Nafai. My team would have liked to get a shot at him. If they've proven hard to kill, yes. Whatever. We're the finest sniper outfit in the whole NCR. If you need a... Some of my team aren't without their share of scars, though.
Hey, my man. Yeah.
Hey.
Let me guess. You got work for me, right? Well, you're too late. I just quit the bounty trade. As soon as I pick up some caps that... Because I killed a couple of marks for him, that's why. Damn right they were. They were good, too. Till I popped a couple shells in their ass. See, somebody gives me a job, I do it. Maybe I complain a little here and there, but my shit get... Oh, shit, I don't know. Gotta be at least a month. Longer than I last at most jobs. Oh, yeah, a lot. Like before I was a bounty hunter, I worked as a caravan guard. You'd think that was a... Crazy bastards expected me to wake up at dawn. Forget it. It's about 2 hours after this guy, and I need at least 10, 12 hours of sleep to do my job. Well, shit. Feel free to stick a knife in the old ego. Thought I made a name for myself around here. Guess that's as good a reason as any to quit this stinking trade. No glory. No easy money, no women, and no glory. Shit. I'd settle just for the women. Well, hey, the field's wide open now that I'm gone. Probably lots of people looking to get... Simple. Gonna make myself some easy... Once I get my caps from Daughtry, I'm going to head on... There's not as many people playing at Gamora, so that means I've got better odds of winning big. Hey, yeah.
What is it? Nice to meet you. Officially, I'm in charge of Bravo Company. But since General Oliver has Bravo and most of our forces here garrisoned, so I work with Colonel Shu on logistics, patrols, supply lines, reinforcements, that sort of thing. Lately, it's been less about that, and more about figuring out how that It's a big base with a lot of unhappy soldiers. They get stir-crazy. Hard to separate them out.
I'm usually good with faces, but I don't think I've seen you here before. What brings... You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week. Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting... Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands. I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent. But I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you. Her office is right above mine. But I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building. Well, why not? Given your recent arrival. I'd like to have... We don't have much to go on. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcement. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. Everything was going according to President Campbell's plan at first. We met minor but our two main objectives are still contested. Mr. House controls the Strip and he won't so much as meet with our ambassador. And we're holding Hoover Dam. But Caesar's Legion is positioning itself to overrun it. If it falls, so will New Vegas. We'd be forced to withdraw. As in chem fiends. Biggest gang of raiders I've ever seen. Nothing like addiction to swell your numbers. They set up shop in Vault 3 to the west. Every day they attack our positions, but every day there's more of them and less of us. I sent one of my rangers after their leader to try and destabilize. Hell of a thing, losing a ranger. You come to depend on them, and they come through for you. That vault is a hornet's nest. If you have second thoughts, no one would think less of you for it. Watch for civilians, too. The fiends have been kidnapping locals. But the man you're looking for is Bryce Anders. Anders was trying to find the leader, Motor Runner. You hear something like a chainsaw? You've found Motor Runner. Put a bullet in his head, and you'll have some... Yes? What is it? Unfortunately, no. In fact, the word from the ranger stations sounds like they've run into overwhelming resistance, and supplies just aren't reaching them. It's been so bad, I asked Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope to look into it. Could be better. We set up here with our sights set on annexing New Vegas. It's a lot of resources. If anything, Now we're trying to secure the Strip and the dam at the same... And in the meantime, General Oliver won't approve any offensive maneuvers, because he... So we're in a holding pattern here. And Caesar's on the other side of the river. It's our main base. We took it because it lets us keep an eye on the Strip, and it had already been fortified before. From here, we handle most of the logistics for our operations in Nevada. Troop allocation, supply distribution. Usually General Oliver runs the show here, but he's on his way to the dam now, so I...
Sorry, no...
You had your chance.
This is hopeless!
You had your chance.
Nice to meet you. I'm... official.
I'm usually good with faces. There are a lot of things you know, cook... That vault is a hornet's nest. Watch for civilians. Yeah, so somebody... I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent. But I think she... Talk to her if you like. Her office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side. We don't have much. It derails every... Captain Curtis... Now we're...
Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place? Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But we captured an honest-to-God... Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion, from Caesar on down, they're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are... Well, I don't know about you, but to me, that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this. I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination. I think if you rough him up enough, and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room, and you make... We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've... That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Long time no see, Silus.
Lieutenant. I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant... You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order. Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors. I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room.
Is something the matter, Silus? You look upset.
Get away
Here,
from
maybe
me.
you'd better step out for a moment. You've upset him.
Your friend is a miserable fucking degenerate.
I don't know. I thought he seemed like a nice guy.
If he were on the other side of the river, I'd have him torn apart by dogs.
That's a long walk, Silus. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
Your tactics are a joke.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Both of you can rot.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
We don't have anything to Coward. I've led charges against men with guns, carrying... But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught... You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal, self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that. He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is, it's affecting his ability to lead. Time was essential for my mission, but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No. He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot. I don't know. I know he sends intelligence by radio in the middle of the night. Sometimes that intelligence would find its way to my cantery. Then you're a fool. That man reports to Caesar on what I do here. The Legion isn't going to take me back. My only hope is to escape and disappear. But if I escape and he reports it, they'll hunt me down as long as I live. It served me to report him as much as it served you. I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that.
Watch out!
I've got you now. Had enough!
Watch out!
You got something to say, or do you always look like that? Haven't you done enough? Yep, see you around.
What is it? Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold weeks ago. You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd, or Sergeant Contreras, maybe. Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor. Well, I'll leave that to you. But I...
You got something to say, or do you always... Haven't you done enough? Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice? I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, that... Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any... I don't know him very well myself. I seem to remember that he was the man to call on if you needed someone to get in and get out quietly. Colonel Shu would really be the... Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't find signs of forced entry, but I've had reports of some... It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military base love affair. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most soldiers around the base don't have that. Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there, just a bunch of old communications equipment. If you can find out any... There's something about this I really don't like. And if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally.
Hello? When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more gambling.